what is opacity property? Well, opacity property represents CSS property that allows us to set opacity for any HTML element. Like value for opacity, we can set value that can go from 0 to 1, where 0 means that your HTML element will be completely transparent or not visible, and 1 means that your HTML element will be completely visible or not transparent at all. Okay, let's see some examples for this. Okay, for this part I have already prepared simple HTML document structure. Our HTML document has head and body. Inside of body we have 3 elements. First we have h1 element or heading element with some text inside of it. Then we have div element with some lower ipsum dummy text inside of it as well. And we have text paragraph. Inside of head, we have title for this HTML document, and we have style block where we have defined our styles for our body. So we have selectors for h1, div, and our text paragraph. So with h1, we have set background color for our h1 or heading element. So our h1 or heading element will have background color that is orange. Okay. Then for our div, we have set background color that will be light gray. So basically our div will have background color that is light gray. And for our text paragraph, we have set text color to be orange. I saved this document like index.html on the desktop. So let's minimize our text editor. This is our index web page, so let's open it. And this is how our web page looks like for now. Okay, so first thing that I want to do, for our heading element, I want to set opacity to, let's say, something like 60%. So how can I do that? So first thing, if I want to change opacity for h1 element, I need to set opacity property inside of h1 selector. So let's set it here. And we need to set it to 0.6. This is the same as 60%. So if we save this change, refresh our page, we can see that we have changed our opacity to 60%. Let's analyze our web page. Let's click on the right click. Let's click on inspect. Now on the right hand side we can see structure of our HTML document. So let's expand head. Let's expand style block. And let's expand body. So inside of body we click on our h1 element. Down here we have 2 properties that we have set in h1 selector. Okay. So if we uncheck opacity CSS property, you can see how our heading element looks like without this property. Okay. And also we can change this value directly here to see how our changes will affect our heading element. And one useful tip, instead of 0 point something, you can set just point something like 0.2. This is the same as 0.2. Okay, let's set this value to 0.7, for example. Okay, so next thing that we want to do, for our div, let's change opacity as well. So inside of div selector, let's set opacity property. And for div, I want to set opacity, let's say, to 50%. So we need to set 0.5. Okay, let's save this change. Let's go back in our web browser and let's refresh it. So now our div has opacity that is 50% or 0.5. So if we click on it here, now here also we have our two properties, background color and opacity. Okay. Also we can change this value directly here, so we can play around with it. And last thing, for our text paragraph, let's change opacity as well. So inside of our paragraph selector, let's define opacity property. And like value, we want to set 20 or 10%. Okay. So 0.1. It's good. Let's save it. Let's refresh it. And now we have set our opacity for our text paragraph to barely visible 10%. Once again, we can click it here. And this is a value that we have. We can change it just to see how this will affect our text paragraph. And that is basically it. So this is how we can use opacity to set opacity for literally any HTML element inside of your web page. Okay, so opacity CSS property can be used to change opacity of your HTML elements, so feel free to play around with this.
Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I hope this was helpful to you. If you like our work, please become our Patreon or simply donate or PayPal. Please remember, even a little from you means a lot for us. You can follow us on our Twitter and Instagram profiles, and please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, because on our YouTube channel, knowledge is waiting for you.